Fatali Khan Khoyski was a prominent statesman and politician of Azerbaijan, a lawyer. He was one of the founders of the Azərbaycan Democratic Republic, the first democratic republic in the East, the first chairman of the Council of Ministers of the Republic, and worked in other important government positions. His life, the first period. Fatali Khan Khoyski was born on December 7, 1875, in the city of Nuha. His father, Iskandar Khan Khoyski, was a lieutenant general of the Russian Empire. He is a descendant of the Khoy and Shaki Khans of Kurdish origin. His great-grandfather, Zafargulu Khan, was Khoy Khan. After completing his education at the Ganja Gymnasium, Fatali Khan entered the Faculty of Law of Moscow State University. After working as a court lawyer for several years in Ganja, Kutaisi, Zugdidi, and Sukhumi, he was elected an independent deputy of the Second State Duma of the Russian Empire from Yelizavetpol Governorate. He was a member of the Constitutional Democratic Party, and he was one of the members of the Muslim faction in the Duma. He supported the request of the Musavatists to grant autonomy to Azerbaijan within Russia. He headed the Baku City Duma from October 1917 to April 1918. From November 15, 1917 to February 10, 1918, he was the Commissar of Public Education under the Transcaucasian Commissariat. From February 10 to May 26, 1918, he was a member of the Transcaucasia Sejm. From April, he was appointed the Minister of Justice of the Transcaucasia government. During the years of the Azerbaijan Democratic Republic, after the dissolution of the Transcaucasian Sejm on May 27, 1918, members of the Muslim faction of the former Transcaucasian Sejm convened an emergency meeting to discuss the political situation. The assembly decided to take over the administration of the eastern territories of the South Caucasus, calling themselves the Provisional National Council of Transcaucasian Muslims. An executive committee consisting of 9 members was created under the National Council, whose task was to implement leadership in various spheres of the Republic's life. Fatali Khan Khoyski was elected chairman of the executive committee. The next day, the first meeting of the National Council was held. The dissolution of the Sejm, the declaration of Georgia's independence, and the situation in Azerbaijan were the main items on its agenda. Some members of the council were in favor of declaring Azerbaijan's independence. Fatali Khan Khoyski, in turn, proposed to be satisfied with the creation of a full-fledged government until some issues are clarified in the localities and to start negotiations with other countries without declaring Azerbaijan's independence. As a result, with 2 abstentions and Khoyski voting in favor, the Council with 24 votes made a decision to immediately declare Azerbaijan an independent democratic republic. Fatali Khan Khoyski announced the composition of the provisional government and held the positions of the head of the government and the Minister of Internal Affairs. On May 30th, the chairman of the Council of Ministers, Fatali Khan Khoyski, sent a radiogram to a number of foreign ministers about the declaration of Azerbaijan's state independence. From May 26, 1918 to March 14, 1919, he was the chairman of the Council of Ministers, at the same time the Minister of Internal Affairs, May 28 to June 17, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, December 26, 1918 to March 14, 1919. On September 16, units of the Caucasian Islamic Army entered Baku. The next day, the government of Azerbaijan moved to this city. Fatali Khan Khoyski was traveling in an open car in the city, welcoming the rejoicing Muslims. The government, headed by Khoyski, welcomed the Turkish army's liberation of Baku in September 1918. On November 9, 1918, after the report of Fatali Khan Khoyski, the government approved the tricolor state flag of the republic. He was a member of the Parliament of Azerbaijan from December 7, 1918 to April 27, 1920. He resigned from the position of the head of the government due to the illegal actions of some members of the government related to oil. He was the Minister of Foreign Affairs from December 24, 1919 to April 1, 1920 in the government cabinet headed by Nasib Bey Yusufbeyli. He played a significant role in making an alliance with the Turkish government, defeating and removing from power the Central Caspian dictatorship in Baku, as well as establishing diplomatic ties with other countries. Khoyski protected Azerbaijan's statehood in this post. Furthermore, he defended the independence of Azerbaijan by achieving the recognition of the independence of Azerbaijan at the Paris Peace Conference. He is also credited for establishing Baku State University. During the period of the third government formed by Khoyski, he served as chairman of the Council of Ministers and Minister of Foreign Affairs of Azerbaijan. During his term in office, he succeeded in removing the city name Yelizavetpol and restoring the historic name of Ganja and renaming the county of Karyagin to Jabrail, establishing a multi-party system, the printing of Azerbaijani postage stamps and Azerbaijani currency, manat, founding schools and colleges teaching in Azerbaijani. In March 1919, the third government dissolved. In January 1920, when the Allied powers de facto recognized Azərbaycan Democratic Republic, Georgy Chicherin, the Russian commissar for Foreign Affairs, repeatedly made Khoyski, asking him to open a new front to confront Anton Denikin and his White Movement, to which Khoyski gave negative responses, saying the Azərbaycan Democratic Republic wouldn't meddle into internal affairs of Russia. In his fourth last correspondence, Chicherin notified Khoyski about the upcoming invasion of Azerbaijan by the 11th Red Army. In middle April 1920, the Russian 11th Red Army, having eliminated the remnants of Denikin's troops in the North Caucasus, advanced to the borders of Azerbaijan. On April 15th, Fatali Khan Khoyski sent a note to the Soviet-Russian government expressing concern about the security of Azerbaijan's borders, but this note remained unanswered. On the morning of April 27th, Russian troops crossed the border and began to advance towards Baku. In the evening of the same day, the Azerbaijani parliament adopted a resolution on the transfer of power to the communists. Khoyski moved his family to Tbilisi before the Bolshevik Red Army invaded Baku on April 28, 1920. The assassination. After the establishment of Soviet power, Fatali Khan Khoyski secretly moved to Tbilisi, where he was murdered on June 19, 1920. The murderers were Aram Erkanyan and Misak Grigoryan, members of the Dashnaksytyn party, who shot Fatali Khan Khoyski from behind to Iravan Square in Tbilisi. He was buried in the old Muslim cemetery located on the territory of the present-day Tbilisi Botanical Garden. His funeral was carried out by the Iranian consulate in Tbilisi. His personal life. According to his religious beliefs, Fatali Khan Khoyski was a Shiite Muslim. He knew Azerbaijani and Russian languages. However, he spoke Azerbaijani with difficulty. During the Azərbaycan Democratic Republic period, some relatives of Fatali Khan Khoyski held prominent state and administrative positions. His elder brother, Hüseynqulu Khan Khoyski, was the deputy governor of Gəncə for some time. His younger brother, Rüstəm Khan Khoyski, was the Minister of Social Security in the government of Fatali Khan Khoyski. He was married to Yevgenia Vasilyevna, who later converted to Islam and took the name Ceyran Khanım. Fatali Khan Khoyski had 3 children, a daughter Tamara, 1902-1990, and 2 sons, Murad, 1910-1973, and Enver, 1914-1935. His daughter Tamara got married to Mirza Davud Hüseynov, who held the positions of chairman of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of the Azerbaijan SSR, People's Commissar of Finance of Azerbaijan, and the first secretary of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of the Tajikistan SSR. His son Murad worked in the transportation department in Baku. His younger son Enver didn't wake up after an operation in Moscow from anesthesia from diabetes, perpetuating his memory. One of the Baku's avenues is named after Fatali Khan Khoyski. In 1997, a postage stamp dedicated to Khoyski was issued in Azerbaijan. A grave monument was erected at the place of burial. That's in the theater of the Tbilisi Botanical Garden. A bas-relief was placed on the wall of the house where Fatali Khan Khoyski lived from 1918 to 1920 in Baku, Istiglaliyet Street. In Shaki, the street that used to be named after Karl Marx is now called Fatali Khan Khoyski Street. I invite you to hit the like button and share this video dedicated to prominent and outstanding Azerbaijani statesman Fatali Khan Khoyski, and subscribe to my channel. Bye!